The rain came down hard that morning, the kind that soaked through jackets and drowned the city in gray silence. Michael Carter stood at the corner of Maple Street, adjusting the loose tie around his neck, staring at his reflection in a dark shop window. It wasn't perfect, but it was the best he could do. Today wasn't just another day. Today was his chance. Michael was a 34-year-old single father living paycheck to paycheck in a cramped apartment in Cleveland, Ohio. His entire life revolved around one small person, his 8-year-old daughter, Emma. Every late-night shift, every skip meal, every worn-out pair of shoes was for her. And this morning, this interview, this was his shot at finally giving her more than survival. The clock on his phone read 8:37 a.m. The interview was at 9 o'clock sharp. Michael tightened his grip on his old leather briefcase and started running. Rain splashed against his shoes as he hurried through the streets, heart racing, not from exhaustion, but from fear. Fear of being late. Fear of failure. Fear of going home again with nothing but apologies. He could already picture Emma that morning, standing by the door in her faded jacket, smiling up at him. "Good luck, Daddy," she had said. "You're gonna get this job. I know it." That belief weighed heavier than any briefcase. Just one more block. The glass tower of Harrington Financial Group appeared ahead, tall and shining through the rain. Michael exhaled, relief washing over him. Then he heard it. A weak voice, barely louder than the rain. "Help, please." Michael slowed, confused. He turned his head toward the sound. Near a bus stop bench, an elderly woman lay on the ground. Her grocery bags were torn open, oranges rolling into the street. Her umbrella lay broken beside her. She was clutching her chest, breathing shallow, eyes filled with panic. People passed by. Some glanced. Most didn't. Michael stopped completely. His eyes flicked back to the building, then to his phone. 8:48 a.m. His mind screamed at him to keep going. You can't miss this. You've worked too hard. Someone else will help her. But no one was. The woman's hand trembled as she reached out weakly. Michael stood frozen for a few seconds that felt like a lifetime. Then he dropped his briefcase. He rushed to her side, kneeling in the rain. Can you hear me?" She nodded faintly. Without thinking further, Michael slid one arm behind her back, another under her knees, and lifted her with everything he had. "I've got you," he whispered. "You're not alone." The hospital was 3 blocks away. Michael ran. Rain soaked his shirt. His arms burned. His lungs screamed. But he didn't stop. He burst through the emergency room doors, shouting for help. Nurses rushed over, placing the woman on a stretcher, attaching monitors, calling for oxygen. Michael stood there, drenched and shaking, watching them wheel her away. Only then did reality hit him. His briefcase was gone. His clothes were ruined. His interview was lost. He checked his phone. 9:21 a.m. Michael sank into a plastic chair, burying his face in his hands. Emma. How would he explain this to her? After some time, a nurse approached him gently. "She's stable now," she said. "You did the right thing. You saved her life." Michael nodded, forcing a small smile. Then he quietly left. The rain felt colder on the walk home. That night, Michael sat on the edge of his bed while Emma slept nearby, hugging her favorite stuffed rabbit. He brushed hair from her face and whispered words he wasn't sure he believed anymore. "We'll be okay." The next morning, a knock echoed through the apartment. Michael opened the door to find a sharply dressed man holding a folder. "Mr. Michael Carter." "Yes." "I'm from Harrington Financial Group. Mr. Harrington would like to see you immediately." Michael's heart skipped. That was the company, the one he missed. An hour later, he stood once again in the towering building he thought he'd lost forever. This time, the receptionist smiled warmly. "They're expecting you." He was led into a spacious office overlooking the city skyline. Behind the desk sat Thomas Harrington, the company's powerful CEO, known for his strict standards and emotionless reputation. But his eyes were different now. "Mr. Carter," Harrington said, standing slowly. "You missed your interview yesterday." Michael lowered his head. "Yes, sir. I understand if." "You carried a 78-year-old woman through the rain to the hospital," Harrington interrupted. Michael looked up, startled. "That woman," Harrington continued, his voice thickening, "was my mother." Silence filled the room. "She told me everything," he said softly. "How you didn't hesitate. How you didn't even know who she was." Harrington extended his hand. "I hire smart people every day," he said. "But integrity like yours is rare. The job is yours, if you still want it." Tears blurred Michael's vision as he shook the man's hand. "Thank you," he whispered. That single moment changed everything. Michael thrived at the company. His honesty and dedication earned respect quickly. He moved into a modest home where laughter replaced worry. Emma finally had a room of her own. Sometimes, Michael visited Mrs. Harrington. They would sit in her garden, sipping tea, sharing stories. She called him the son she never had. Months later, Michael saw a man collapse at a bus stop. Without thinking, he ran to help. Because kindness wasn't a choice anymore. It was who he was. And as he tucked him into bed that night, she smiled up at him. "Told you, Daddy," she said, "you were always meant to win." Michael kissed her forehead and whispered the words he now believed with his whole heart. "We're going to be okay." And they truly were. Thank you for watching Classic Stories. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that remind us how powerful compassion truly is.